Tempted by silence. I met my husband when I was 22 years old. I still remember it clear as day, like my spirit took a snapshot and tucked it away for safekeeping. We were young, broke, hopeful. Everything felt possible back then. He had this steady way about him, calm, grounded, the kind of man my mama would have called a good choice. And I wanted good. I wanted safe. I wanted forever. In the beginning, he made me feel chosen. He called me just to hear my voice, opened car doors, put his hand on the small of my back like he was proud I was his. When he looked at me, I felt anchored, like I had landed somewhere permanent. We built a life the way you're supposed to. Marriage, house, routine, respectability. But somewhere along the way, love stopped sounding like conversation and started sounding like logistics. Our talks turned into schedules, bills, what needed fixing, what needed doing. He wasn't cruel. He wasn't unfaithful. He just stopped reaching. And I didn't notice it at first. I stayed busy. Work, friends, being everything a wife is praised for being. Reliable, supportive, understanding. I told myself this was adulthood. This was real love, not the dramatic kind you grow out of. But silence is sneaky. It doesn't announce itself. It settles in quietly and makes a home in the spaces you stop checking. The turning point didn't come during a fight. It came during a moment so small I almost missed it. We were sitting on the couch one night, watching TV. I was talking about something I can't even remember now, and I realized halfway through my sentence that he wasn't listening. Not distracted, not tired. Just gone. I stopped talking mid-thought. He didn't notice. That's when something in me shifted, not loudly, just enough to crack. A few months later, I met him. It wasn't dramatic. It never is at first. He was charming in a way that felt intentional. He asked questions, real ones, about me, not what I did, not what I managed, but who I was. He laughed easily, complimented me like it wasn't a strategy. I felt seen again, and that scared me, but it also fed something in me that had been starving. At first, I told myself it was harmless. We were just talking, just laughing, just enjoying the attention I pretended I didn't miss. Then the lines blurred. I started hiding my phone, smiling at messages I didn't explain, dressing differently, not provocatively, just awake. I told my friends, not all of them, just the ones I knew would half approve, half warn. They told me to be careful, told me I was playing with fire, told me boredom was a dangerous reason to ruin a marriage. I heard them. I just didn't listen. Because temptation doesn't feel dangerous when it feels validating. I got sloppy. That's the part people don't like to admit. I wasn't sneaking around in shadows. I was out in public. Restaurants, lounges, clubs where the music was loud enough to drown out my conscience. I liked being chosen openly. I told myself if my husband wasn't noticing me, someone should. The night everything fell apart was supposed to be fun. We were at a club, crowded, loud, careless. I thought I was invisible, thought the darkness was on my side. I was wrong. I don't remember hearing the bathroom door open. I just remember the silence afterward, the kind that sucks the air out of your lungs. My husband's sister stood there, frozen. Her face didn't show anger. It showed shock, disappointment, the kind that cuts deeper because it's quiet. She didn't scream, didn't threaten. She just turned around and walked out. I knew then there was no undoing this. The fallout was slow and brutal. The marriage ended the way it had lived its last years, quietly, painfully, without repair. My husband didn't beg. He didn't yell. He just looked tired, like a man realizing the woman he trusted had already left long ago. And the man I risked everything for, he changed. Not suddenly, but steadily. The attention faded. The charm thinned out. The listening stopped. He became inconsistent, distant, defensive. That's when I found out I wasn't special. I was convenient. I learned about other women, other stories that sounded too familiar, promises recycled, compliments reused. Then I found out I was pregnant, and he disappeared. No long conversation, no accountability, just silence, the same thing I thought I was escaping. Later, I saw it on social media. Him, smiling, engaged, standing next to another woman like she was the prize he'd been waiting for. And maybe she thought that. I sat with the weight of it all for a long time. Not just the loss of my marriage, but the loss of myself. The woman who thought boredom was harmless. The woman who believed attention meant affection. The woman who didn't realize that temptation doesn't destroy you with passion. It destroys you with ego. I don't tell this story to be forgiven. I tell it because silence almost convinced me I deserved crumbs, and temptation convinced me I was special. Both were lies.